Is it possible? Is it likely that the lies you tell yourself hurt you more than the lies of other people? That's a question I've been asking myself for more than 30 years as I saw client after client after client who hurt themselves so much by lying to themselves. Why does that hurt? Well, here's the thing. If you have an ex that says you're boring, nobody will want you, I don't love you anymore, you're just a disappointment, that can hurt, but that's an agenda. If you have a boss that says you're useless at your job, I don't even know why we employed you, that's painful, but it's an agenda. If you have a parent who says, well, your sister was so much better, your brother, he's the talented one, that hurts, but it's an agenda. And you can sit back and think, my mother said harsh, hurtful, critical, mean things, but she was an unhappy person. My boss was really mean today, but I know he's going through a divorce. I know he's got worries about the business. I guess he was just venting. My ex was really unkind to me, but he's lashing out because we're breaking up and he feels kind of powerless. He's saying harsh, hurtful, critical words to me that he probably doesn't even mean. So you can almost rationalize away why someone else says mean things. When you say, I'm so boring, who's going to want me? I have cellulite, I don't look like a supermodel, I'm getting old, I've got sags and bags and wrinkles. That makes me unlovable, that makes me less worthy. That is a lie. But when you lie to yourself, your mind doesn't go, is that real? Is that true? Is that relevant? It simply lets it in. So other people can lie to us and we can understand they're just venting. But when we lie to ourselves, here is a rule of your mind doesn't know, and it really doesn't care if what you tell it is true or false, useful or useless, hurtful or helpful. When someone else says something, you think, is that true? Why would they say that? And we can kind of work it out. When we say it to ourselves, it sinks in. So when you say things like, my kids are driving me crazy, my job is killing me, my boss is making me go insane, I'm at the end of my rope, my mortgage is a nightmare, it is hell having to commute to work. Your mind doesn't stop and think, is that true or false? Is that real? It simply lets it in. And I want you to take a minute right now and think about the lies you tell to yourself. I'll help you out by telling you some of the ones I hear every week. If I look at a cake, I get fat. I am powerless to leave food. Sugar controls me. My legs are the size of tree trunks. I'm as big as a house. I'm an out of control train wreck. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my shit. My kids are making me crazy. My partner drives me mad. My boss is the boss from hell. This commute to work would be the death of me. I'm dying under my paperwork. I'm sinking under stress. I'm stressed out. I'm losing my mind. There are hundreds more. But these are very simple examples. Here's another one I hear a lot. I'm chronically tired. Is that really true? Are you really chronically tired, or are you a little bit tired, a little sleep deprived, even a little dehydrated? You see, when you lie to yourself, you have to take a minute and go, what am I saying and why am I saying it? Why am I saying I'm chronically tired? I have a chronic headache. This headache is killing me. So here's something I ask all my clients. If you are prepared to lie to yourself, why not tell yourself a better lie? You see, the first thing is, okay, I'm telling myself a lie. I said I gain weight just looking at pizza. I've been awake all weekend. I can't sleep. I'm going insane with tiredness. I'm an out of control mess. So take a look at that. Is that true? Is any of it true? When people say to me, I can eat a horse, I go, okay, let's just stop for a minute. Could you really eat a horse? Of course you couldn't. You couldn't even eat an eighth of a horse. So why are you saying I could eat a horse? I'm starving here. Most people in the West have never actually experienced starvation or famine. When we say I'm famished, I'm starving, I'm ravenous, it isn't true. But this is how the mind works. When you say I am starving, your mind goes, oh, you're starving? And it remembers something profound. One of the things we died of the most not long ago was hunger. We are wired to be scared of hunger, even more scared of starvation and famine. So when you say I'm starving, I could eat a horse, you're telling your mind something it believes you're starving. You need to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat until you're so full that you can't be starving. When you say my kid is driving me crazy, I'm going insane with stress, your mind believes that's true. And once you tell it that something is causing you immense pain, my kid is making me want to die, my commute will be the death of me, my job is killing me, I'm dying under paperwork, I'm dying under the stress. Your mind's job, which is to keep you alive on the planet, says if this job is killing you, if this commute is killing you, if this thing called work is killing you, and even getting this thing called work is killing you, I need to give you a lovely ulcer, a powerful migraine, some kind of illness, so you can't go to that place that you keep telling me is killing me. And all of this comes about because you have lied to yourself unwittingly, unwillingly, unconsciously. And we all do it, me too. I'm chronically tired. I'm in agony here. This pain is killing me. I've got a thumping headache, I've got a screaming migraine. I'm in so much pain I can't walk. And these things are rarely true. But the mind has no power but to believe they are true. Your mind believes whatever you tell it. If you tell it a lie, it believes it. So why not tell it a better lie? Something like this. If I look at a cake, I get fat, I have a powerful metabolic rate. And whatever I eat, I burn it all off. I have an amazing metabolism. Here's another one. I would lose my eyes if they weren't screwed into the back of my head. I've got a memory like a sieve. Now that's not true. But if you are prepared to say that, you might as well say, I have an amazing memory. I have a phenomenal memory. My memory is so dependable. I remember everything I need to remember, because the mind's ability to let in whatever you say and make it real is always working. You always have a choice. Rationalize why you feel so bad or talk yourself out of it. Here's another one. My clients are driving me crazy. I have the customers from hell. I have the boss from hell. My job is hell. Now you know that isn't true. You may have a challenging boss. You may have challenging customers, but they are not straight from hell. And when you say, I have amazing coping skills, the most difficult customers allow me to be better at sales. My boss is a challenge, but he's like that with everyone. And he's teaching me the most. As a therapist, I can tell you, my most difficult clients have always been my teachers. They have taught me way more than the easy ones. I learned a lot from them. So remember, your greatest pain probably comes from the lies you tell yourself. Who's going to love me? I was adopted. My dad wanted a boy. My mum was depressed. I was a mistake. I was the fourth girl. They didn't want me, so I'm not lovable. I want you to look right now at the lies you tell yourself, little lies. This commute is killing me. I'm dying here. I'm stressed out of my mind. Food controls me. Those cookies in the cupboard are calling my name. I'm powerless to resist them. Come on, that isn't true. Cookies aren't real. They don't call your name. Ice cream and chocolate does not call your name. But if you tell yourself it does, you begin to act as if that is real. Here's something to remember. Your words shape your reality. If you don't like your reality, you must start to change the words that are shaping it. You can always choose to rationalize why you feel so bad or to talk yourself out of it. I'll give you an example. My daughter's been staying with me for 3 weeks. It's been just heaven. I've loved every minute. And then I thought, oh, she's going to leave. I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to be bereft. And I thought, well, that's a silly thing. Why don't I look at it differently? How amazing that my daughter and I love each other so much. When it's time to leave, we both feel sad. But I'm going to have some time on my own. I'm going to have some time to do what so I could go. I'm going to be so lonely. House is going to be so quiet. I'm going to be bereft and sad. Or, I can do some work and celebrate how close and how connected we are, that we miss each other so much. And since it's been such a success, I'm going to plan for her to come out again very soon. And I have to do this all the time in my life. I think a thought and think, why am I saying I'm chronically tired? I'm chronically stressed when the truth is I'm a little bit tired. Nothing a great night's sleep won't resolve. I'm a little stressed. Nothing a nice cup of coffee and lying on the sofa watching a great movie won't immediately get rid of. My house looks a mess. It's a tip. Look at the state of my house becomes, people live in my house. I have family here and pets, and they make a mess, and I'd rather live in a messy house full of love than a show house that was empty. So I really invite you to take some time every day and just start to assess and notice how you dialogue with you. Notice the lies you say. This commute is hell. The line in this store is hell. This waiting is killing me. This is a nightmare. This is a disaster. And stop using those words. Yes, there's a line in the store. Who cares? Yes, there's a line on the freeway. Who cares? Yes, there's a line at the airport to check into your hotel. It's a little stressful, but it's just fine. So if you're going to lie to yourself, which we all do, tell yourself a better lie. Remember, we make our beliefs. Our beliefs turn around and make us. Then we have something called confirmation bias, which means we are looking for proof of what we have chosen to believe. Dogs are vicious and they bite you. Cats are aloof and they scratch you. Men run off with all your money. They don't care. Kids are a nightmare. When you work for yourself, you never have any time off. When you work for someone else, you can never advance the way you want to advance. We all get to choose. And choosing to use better language is choosing to change your life. Choosing to tell yourself a better lie is choosing to change your life. And that's why I called my new book, Tell Yourself a Better Lie. And in this book, there's somebody who has OCD. And the lie she told herself was, if everything out there is perfect, the cushions are perfect, everything's put away, then I feel like I'm in control. And that was a lie, because having to control your environment that much means you're out of control. Control is, the house is a bit messy, but I got 2 cats, a dog, 3 kids. I live on a farm. It doesn't matter. And then we have Ryan, whose lie was, I'm not enough. My father rejected me because I was gay and I'm not enough. And his truth was, Ryan, your dad never didn't love you. He didn't love himself. And by the way, you are not broken. His lie is, I'm a broken person and I can't be put back together. The truth is, you are whole and perfect. You had some broken experiences, but you're not broken. And then we had someone else who believed that she couldn't lose weight because her father left home when she was a little girl. And when he visited her, he always gave her yummy food. And in her mind, food was love. And that was very confusing. We had someone with a phobia of needles, someone who couldn't have orgasms, someone who believed he was stupid. And in each case, what I did was to identify the lie that had hurt them so much, to change the lie, which in turn changed their life. So please go ahead now and identify the lies that are hurting you. Who's going to love me? Nobody wants someone over 45. You've got more chance of being abducted by a Martian than getting married at 52. That is not true, because I got married at 51 and I'm blissfully, happily married. So look at your lie. I don't have an education. How can I be successful? Well, tell that to Tony Robbins or indeed Oprah Winfrey. I'm not a 10. How can I make it? You can find lots of people that are not even a 6 or a 5. It's not that that matters, who have made it in the world of movies. Someone like Danny DeVito or Whoopi Goldberg, very talented. And it's not about, are you a perfect 10? Far from it. So look at your lies, upgrade them, update them. And if you're going to lie to yourself, which we all do, by the way, tell yourself a better lie. And guess what? Just telling yourself a better lie will allow you to live a better life. Here's something for parents to do. My kid is so naughty, so bad. My kid is acting age appropriate. My kid argues with me. What a relief. They won't be bullied. They have their opinion. My kid is challenging. They've got a strong character. Wow, that's so lucky, because they can hold their own and stand their ground. They're not a yes person. I'm all alone. I don't have love in my life. If you're a single parent, you have love. You have a child, and you're better off than other people because you already have love. I've been rejected. The person that loved me abandoned me. I'm sorry that happened, but you know what? They loved you once. And if somebody loved you once, when they pack their bags and leave, they do not put in their bag every nice thing they ever said to you. If you've been loved and you've experienced love, you have a template to love again. The fact that it's ran its course doesn't matter. You haven't been abandoned. You haven't been dumped. They didn't rip out your heart and trample on it. They got bored. You might have done too. Everything they loved in you once is still in you. And if you found love once, you can find it again. You can find it again because you have a template for love. If you've had success once, you can have it again because you've had a template for success. When people say, there's no men in New York, there are thousands of them. It's too hard to make friends after 50. It's too difficult to run a business when you have children. It's too hard to make it if you didn't go to university. You can only make money if you come from money. These things are lies. Flip them over. Tell yourself a better lie. And read this book. The reason I want you to read this book is that it has in it something I created called installing your very own cheerleader. Many of us have a critic that goes, you can't do that. That will never work out. That's not going to happen. Who are you to do that? And the cheerleader says, who are you not to? Of course it will work out. This has your name all over it. One of the best lies you can tell yourself is to abandon the critic that says no, and put in a cheerleader that goes, yes, 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 you can do this, you've got this. So installing your own cheerleader, the download is in this book. There's another one for being confident, another one for a healing vortex that teaches your body how to repair itself, and another one called Command Self-Therapy. You know, I had cancer once and I had a choice. Oh, this is so terrible. Or I could go, well, how lucky am I? I got it in an organ I didn't need and it was a blip and I bounced back. Because when I went through that situation, I had to tell myself a better lie, not, oh my God, I'm so ill. How did this happen? When is it coming back? I told my body, you are a wellness-making machine. Do wellness, always wellness, only wellness. You know what? My body didn't know it was a lie. It acted upon it. I bounced back from that so fast. I recovered super fast. And I still say to this day, my body is a wellness-making machine. My metabolic rate is amazing. My immune system is amazing, because here's a lie. I was out with my niece, she had a cold, now I'm going to get sick. And if I say that, confirmation bias may just make that real, because the strongest force in you and indeed in me is that we must act in a way that matches how we are defining ourselves. I get my sinus headaches in the winter. When flu season comes, it decimates me. I always get colds when the weather changes. How about a better lie? I have a phenomenal immune system, and my body does wellness. My body recognizes bugs and viruses and destroys them. My body is a wellness-making machine. I have a choice when my husband has got a cold, or my daughter would come home streaming to go, oh, I'm going to catch that now. It's going to ruin my week. Or no, I can be around colds and viruses and flus. My body is a wellness-making machine. My immune system is phenomenal, reliable. We might go, that's not true. But neither is if I look at someone with a cold, I catch it. I catch everything going. Someone sneezes, I immediately get sick. Tell yourself a better lie as much as you possibly can. Here's a great one. I'm magnetically lovable. I'm attracting love so easily. I've got a brilliant mind. I'm really good with people. I'm happy. I love my life. Again, that's not true. Neither is my life is shit and everything I touch just falls apart. Try saying, I love my life. It's amazing. You might be just surprised at how quickly everything changes for you when you tell yourself a better lie. Thanks for tuning in. Tell yourself a better lie. You're amazing. You're lovable. You're phenomenal. You're unique. And you have something to offer the world, even though you're maybe not quite yet found out what it is. If you believe that, you'll find out what it is. Love you lots. See you soon. Check out my next video here.